Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Thomas O'Boyle. I'm an international coordinator working at Kingston University. And before we get started today, I just wanted to say that I hope everybody is safe and well. Right now, it is. I understand this lockdown is going to be ending in Turkey next week. It's still ongoing over here, but I hope that. Congratulations on navigating what I'm sure was quite a difficult time for you all. And I hope this is an enlightening talk for you. So, like I said, I'm an international coordinator working at Kingston University. I work in the international development sector, and today I'm going to be speaking to you a little bit about the university itself, what it's like to study with us, what the benefits of studying with us are, what we offer as a UK institution that perhaps other institutions and universities may not. And at the end, there should be some time for questions and answers. Now, if I'm speaking too quickly or you need me to repeat anything during the questions and answers, that's absolutely fine. There's no problem with that at all. I speak with an Irish accent, so it might be, I hope it's not too difficult for you to understand some of it. But like I said, I'm more than happy to repeat things, and like I said, there'll be a questions and answers session at the end of the talk. So without further ado, let's get into it. So a little bit of context for you. Kingston University is a large London-based university, and it's located in the southwest of the city. We have 16,785 students in total. We have 3,680 non-UK students from over 140 countries. We have 4 faculties that are spread across 4 different campuses. We have 1,912 members of staff, and being an institution that was founded in 1899, we have a 121-year history. In terms of our strengths, we are one of the best universities in the entire UK in areas such as design, fashion, healthcare, business. We routinely take the top spot for best universities in the UK for entrepreneurships and startup businesses. Kingston's true strengths lie in its diverse disciplines, wide selection of courses, and sort of its promotion of rather diverse ideas and ways of doing things. We will always encourage communication and cooperation between our students, and international students are extremely well supported here. And networking events are often organized sort of to nurture cooperation between students of varying disciplines. This is something that, generally speaking, we take an awful lot of pride in. In other words, if you choose to study with us, you will be mingling with students from all over the world that are learning all manner of subjects. They will be, best way of putting it, I suppose, a lot of the best ideas and projects come when people from varying disciplines work together. And at Kingston, we would generally recognize that, and we think it's a very, very good thing. So again, we're a university that would certainly encourage that. So let's say that you choose to study at Kingston University. We will talk about our academic content in a little bit, but first, what kind of environment would you be studying in? Well, I'm happy to report that you will be studying in a very pretty, happy, and healthy one. Kingston is routinely cited as the safest and happiest of all of London's 32 boroughs. The River Thames flows alongside our Penryn Road campus, and I can confirm that there is nearly no nicer feeling than spending an evening relaxing in a riverside cafe and simply taking in the view of wildlife, the river, it's truly an absolutely wonderful place to work, study, and live. Kingston is what I would consider to be an area that is steeped in history. It's notable for being the ancient market town in which Saxon kings of old were crowned, and today it's known for being vibrant, cosmopolitan, and generally a happy place, like I said, to live, work, and study. Something that I should note is, although Kingston is quite a relaxed, peaceful, and cosmopolitan place, it is still nevertheless only about 25 minutes on a train into central London, which remains one of the busiest, most cosmopolitan, and most interesting and exciting destinations in the entire world. And like I said, it is about 25 minutes from where you would be studying at Kingston via train. We are via public transport. We are relatively close to both Heathrow and Gatwick airports. So again, we're quite accessible in terms of travel. Hopefully, I understand that Obviously, during the situation with COVID-19, travel is still highly restricted, but with a little bit of luck, that will be changing in the future. And again, quite easy access to, quite a beautiful countryside area. So generally speaking, a place that you should certainly consider in those terms. Now, Kingston is a rather large university, and with 4 main campuses, namely Kingston Hill, Roehampton Vale, Penryn Road, and Knights Park. We're quite spread out. I don't expect you to remember all of the names of these campuses just yet, but each campus offers a wide variety of different courses, facilities, and experiences that I will go into now in a minute. As an aside, even if your course is primarily based at one of these campuses, I would highly encourage you to visit the rest of the area to get a feel for the university as a whole. We offer a free and regular bus service for students and staff between the campuses, so getting around is no problem at all. So first, let's talk about Kingston Hill campus. Again, this is the campus where we would teach our business, law, education, music, and health degrees. It's a landscaped and hillside campus, which is about 3 miles from Kingston town centre, and it's very close to a rather picturesque area known as Richmond Park that I would recommend going to. It's surrounded by wooded areas and lawns, and this campus has a real sort of a community feel. It has everything that you'd need, including it has a bar, a food store, it has a restaurant, we have a Subway and a Starbucks, and in between lectures you can enjoy the green spaces, including a biodiversity pond and an outdoor fitness trail. It has a diverse range of buildings for teaching and learning, including a very impressive business school that we recently constructed, which had an investment of about £26 million. It offers quite a large, airy sort of cafe space and a social area for students. Again, this would be one of the campuses that I quite enjoy myself, and I would recommend that everyone go there. We also host regular music performances there for those of you who are interested, again featuring performers from all around the world. Which brings us on to Roehampton Vale campus. Now, Roehampton Vale campus is an interesting one. It would probably be considered a specialist campus. It's designed to provide teaching rooms and laboratories exclusively for our engineering students. So the engineering focus here would give it quite a focused sort of sense of community. Again, our engineering being, as mentioned, aerospace, mechanical, and automotive engineering. Again, some of the most exciting innovations that have been developed by Kingston University students in the last few years have been done at this campus. It's modern and very well equipped with laboratories that would include computer-aided design labs. We have an automotive engineering lab, we have an electronics lab, and we even have a wind tunnel. Again, these would add real-life experience to our student studies. The laboratories that we have are industry standards. They have test and experimental equipment for metrology, robotics, prototyping, fatigue, quality control, and other on-campus facilities include, we have a seminar and a lecture room, which are all equipped with multimedia facilities. And naturally, we have a student canteen and a graduate centre. It's packed full of high-tech labs and specialist equipment, and Roehampton Vale would be about 4 miles from Kingston town centre, and it's only about 5 minutes from Kingston Hill campus, which I had mentioned previously. So again, it is a very well-connected and very specialised campus where an awful lot of exciting activity takes place. Even if you're not studying engineering, I would recommend booking a tour or visiting it, because truthfully, it is an absolutely fascinating place just to observe. Now, our Penryn Road campus, on the other hand, this is the campus that we have that is closest to Kingston town centre itself. This campus is sort of the main hub for our student activity. It's the base for our students' union and our fitness centre and our health centre, which is completely free of charge, by the way. So generally speaking, most, if not all, of our students will at some point visit this campus, even if they are not studying here. The Penryn Road campus has grown around it. We have a large 4-storey main building, and that's a hub for university activity, as that would house our student restaurant, as well as a lot of teaching rooms and laboratories. We've invested quite heavily in learning facilities at Penryn Road, which include our John Galsworthy building, which was a £20 million investment. And we've also invested about a further £15 million on science laboratories, specialist facilities for subjects such as anatomy, psychology, and actually quite prominently radiology, for those of you interested in studying healthcare with us. Open access computing suites and library facilities, which I will speak about in a little minute, and informal learning areas where you can grab a coffee, socialise, unwind. Generally, it's quite a robust and healthy sort of area to live, work, and study in. We also have improved access for students with disabilities. So if anybody is interested in studying at Kingston that would have mobility issues, if you're a wheelchair user or something like that, again, Kingston is very accommodating in that regard. And we're generally speaking quite a forward-thinking university in this regard, and accessibility is high on our list of priorities. And we also have a refurbished and expanded learning resources centre, or a library, which is we would call our new townhouse project. Which is based here. It is only recently opened, and the facilities there include a full learning resource centre, which is fully stocked. We have a covered courtyard, cafes, and an attractive new landscaping scheme across the front of the campus. Again, a state-of-the-art building that I would recommend. I would recommend visiting, even if you aren't actually studying on Penryn Road campus itself. Which brings us on to Knights Park. I like talking about Knights Park, actually. It's situated on the banks of the Hogsmill River, which is just behind. It would run quite close to the Thames, and it's quite close to Penryn Road campus itself. This is where Kingston's School of Art is based. So art, design, architecture, creative industries, fashion, multimedia, journalism are all taught here. It's tucked away in quite a quiet neighbourhood, and it has a relaxed and kind of sort of friendly atmosphere to it. And it's relatively small size and location make it a campus which is more sort of intimate than some of our larger sites. The School of Art's student restaurant and bar are open on the waterside, one of the nicest places to eat in all of the university, if not the borough. And alongside that, we have a reception area and a gallery with an art shop and a social space. We also have our own art gallery, which is the Stanley Picker Gallery, and that's based at Kingston, at Knights Park. We have a learning resources centre there, or a library, which has, we've created a brand new sort of interdisciplinary learning zone, which is quite exciting. And that's sort of at the heart of it. Again, places where students from all manner of disciplines can sort of share ideas and work on projects. And that would include refurbishment of studio space. We have an upgraded reception area and gallery area, and some external landscaping. So, with all of that in mind, who, generally speaking, are the students that we attract to Kingston University? In other words, if you were to study with us, who are the students who you would be mingling with? A large theme of the work that we do is one of support. So we understand that a lot of students come to our university and looking to advance their careers and become sort of more versatile and well equipped when it comes to entering the workforce. So to that end, we tend to offer very practical employment focused degrees. Again, we guarantee ease of access to a personal tutor. Every student at Kingston is assigned a personal tutor who they have access to. We have free English language classes, if this is an issue. And again, we're a highly ranked UK university for graduate startups, often one of the highest. So again, if you have a startup business or an idea and you want to sort of bring that forward, Kingston is a supportive environment where, truthfully, your ideas are generally allowed to flourish. And then, of course, we have options for work placements at both bachelor's and master's levels, which I will be speaking about in a little bit, as I would be generally seen as one of the more attractive areas of study at Kingston University. So, here's a general list of the courses that we offer at Kingston, both at an undergraduate and a postgraduate level. So each one of these areas would offer degree courses that not only provide you with an excellent knowledge, a knowledge base in the field that you choose to study in, but it would also make you a competitive candidate pretty much all over the world in whatever fields that you choose to study in. I'll take a minute just for you to take a look over these. But again, a degree from a UK institution, such as Kingston University, is often seen as quite attractive all over the world. And then, of course, a few areas of excellence for us. We are currently #1 in London for design and crafts, as according to The Guardian in 2020, and we are among the top 5% of the world's business schools, and we're fully accredited by the AACSB, and we are amongst the top 150 global young universities. So again, on an international, not just on a UK or London stage, but on an international stage, we are considered a highly reputable and competitive university. So, at this point, I'd also like to mention that many of our courses offer an optional placement year. So, this is something that Kingston offers that many other institutions do not. Over the course of your studies, you may be able to spend a year working for an employer in your industry, or the industry that you choose to study in. Generally speaking, I think we can agree this is quite a fantastic opportunity for several reasons, as you can see listed. It's valuable and relevant work experience to the fields that you'd be studying in. Work experience at a UK-based institution looks absolutely fantastic on any CV. If you do a good job, then you may even be hired to work there after graduation, again, if you perform well. And these placements are incredibly popular with our students. And they also provide an excellent networking opportunity should you choose to study with us. Again, you will be working on daily with people who are working in the fields that you choose to work in. So this is networking, these are getting contacts. This is, again, just becoming a diverse and robust worker and student who is able to further their career at the end. And as a bonus, it is an excellent opportunity to get paid during your studies, and the university will never advertise for unpaid work. And if you'd like to know more, then please go to our website and search for placements. I will add a link to this after the talk. So, with all of these wonderful things that I've just mentioned about the university, you may be wondering what you need to do in order to get in. Well, to study at Kingston at an undergraduate level, for Turkey's state high school diploma, you would need a minimal overall grade of about 75%. And for a private high school diploma, you would need a minimum grade of 70%. At a postgraduate level, you would need a bachelor's degree, a licence diploma, from a recognized university with a grade point average of about 2.2 to 2.4. I mean, this would vary from course to course. You'll also need an IELTS score of about 6.0 with 5.5 in all elements, although some exceptions may apply, although it's important to note that exceptions usually move upwards rather than downwards. You can check our full course list for more details. I will provide links at the end of the talk. So we also accept the following if you cannot get an IELTS. Again, to prove your English language proficiency, a language cert international ESOL, Duolingo, TEFL IBT, the Pearson test for English academic, and the IB English language. There's a link there at the bottom, but I will provide it as well at the end of the talk. So with that in mind, I should probably mention a few updates with regards to COVID-19. Now, I will get into this, but with regards to the English language proficiency, I should also mention that we will be, due to the current situation, we are being a bit more flexible with regards to your English language proficiencies. As mentioned, there are online tests that you can take if you cannot get to an IELTS centre, and we will be accepting those currently for the foreseeable future. But so yes, in essence we are facilitating other tests, which brings me on to COVID-19. Again, I am glad that the lockdown is ending in Turkey. However, that is not quite the case here in the UK just yet. So now would be probably a good time to discuss the current situation and the university's plans for it. So currently, applications to Kingston University are being processed as normal, and we expect to open our doors to students in September, again, as planned. If any changes happen in this regard, then we will make sure that all applicants that have been offered a place are kept updated. And for those interested in applying to Kingston, we are aware that some of you may be having difficulties in obtaining transcripts or exam results to to provide to us. We are very aware of this. We understand that it is an issue. We're being very, very flexible as we can in this regard. And we will have an update for you on this in the coming weeks. So, all this in mind, you may be wondering about affordability. So, third level education in the UK is not free, and Kingston is not an exception to that, unfortunately. Students fund their studies in a variety of ways, including loans, working part-time, scholarships, and bursaries. So I've provided a rough rundown of all the expenses that a student would expect to accrue over the space of one academic year at Kingston University, which is about 40 weeks. So as you can see, that comes to about 191,557 Turkish lira, if my exchange rates are correct. So to help you fund your studies at Kingston, we do offer a number of scholarships to help you. So one of the most popular scholarships that I'll be mentioning today is the International Scholarship, which all Turkish students would be allowed to apply for. It's open to any undergraduate or postgraduate applicant, as long as you meet the following criteria. You are an international student. So again, if you hold a British passport, you would not be eligible for an international one. You have an offer to study at undergraduate or postgraduate level for starting in September, and you can't be a current Kingston student. So you have to be so you have to be an applicant for us. So if you meet all of those criteria, then you can apply to our international scholarship, which again provides £2,000 knocked off your fees every year. For reference, international scholarships will be awarded on the basis of academic merit. So again, how good your previous grades were, what you would expect to gain from a degree course at Kingston. So again, this would be just generally the knowledge that you want to get from us. And then what you would expect to do after you actually complete your Kingston degree itself. So again, the future goals that you are planning out. So again, we want to help you, and we want to make sure that you go as far as you can. And if you show us that you are an eager and engaged person who is willing to work hard and to do what they can and achieve your goals, then Kingston will want to support you. Again, that is a £2,000 international scholarship, which is quite good. The deadline, as you can see, is unfortunately coming quite close. It's the 31st of May, which is this Sunday. However, it's not the only scholarship that we have available, and many of our other faculties, the 4 faculties that I mentioned earlier, have their own scholarships available at undergraduate or postgraduate level that you may be eligible to apply for. This can be found in the fees and funding section of our website, which I can provide at the end of this talk. Additionally, Kingston University offers a 10% loyalty bursary. So in essence, it's 10% off your tuition fee completely for all years. For each year that you study at an undergraduate or postgraduate at Kingston. International students who have a direct family connection, such as a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a child, or a spouse, husband or wife, who are currently or previously enrolled at Kingston University will be eligible. So again, if you apply to this, rather easy to get. And again, that is a 10% discount for each year that you will be studying with us. You can find more information by going to kingston.ac.uk/international scholarships. And again, if that will be a comprehensive list of all of the ways that you can help to fund your studies at Kingston University. So on top of bursaries, scholarships, and loans, students may also choose to work part-time jobs during their studies in order to provide extra funding for themselves. An international student on a Tier 4 visa will be permitted to work 20 hours a week during term time and 40 hours a week during holiday periods. We also have Job Shop, which is an excellent online database for jobs such as these, and local businesses are also often hiring. Also, jobs within the university, such as what I mentioned here, student ambassador, are also available. Again, Kingston University tends to pay quite well, and we are one of the top employers in the area. And we're always looking for help. So again, there are options available there. So, with regards to accommodation, Kingston has 8 halls of residence spread out across our campuses. So they all include a private room. So again, you will not be sharing a room with anybody. You have a shared kitchen and lounge area for eating and relaxing and socializing. We have on-site laundrettes, so for cleaning your clothes. We have 24-hour security, free Wi-Fi. We also have a free shuttle bus service to the university itself. And again, accommodation runs from between, on campus, runs from between £480 to about £740 per month, which is about 4,000 to 6,200 Turkish lira per month. Again, if my exchange rates are correct. Please note that international students are absolutely 100% guaranteed a place on campus accommodation if you choose to study with us. So again, there are a large number of private landlords and privately let accommodations available in the area, but if you want the stress of looking for accommodation removed, as an international student at Kingston University, you are absolutely 100% guaranteed a place on campus accommodation. Now, you might recall earlier that I mentioned that Kingston takes a lot of pride in the level of support that we provide to our students in order to ensure that they reach their full potential. That's both during and after their studies. So, at Kingston University, every single student has comprehensive access to free English language courses. Again, English is not only the language of the university, it is the global language of business. So, truthfully, a strong command of the English language is good for anyone. We have free Wi-Fi on all sites. We have 24-hour libraries on campus. Again, we have over 3,000 computers. We have an on-campus health centre, which again is completely free. Again, healthcare in the UK is completely free. And again, we have career support for international students. Additionally, we have our international support. So every international student is entitled to a free airport pickup. So you will be brought from the airport to Kingston, as well as our international orientation program. So again, that will be help with things like opening a bank account, visa guidance, finding a part-time job. Again, we offer tours of Kingston itself, as well as the London area. We also run social events, which again are fantastic networking opportunities. If you want to speak to other students from other disciplines and you want to potentially work on projects or discuss things that you could be doing after graduation, it is one of the best opportunities that we will be offering for you. And we also have a freshers fair, again, which is that's where Kingston's societies and clubs and anything that you may want to join, so our sports teams and the like, will all be showcasing themselves. You can join some of these. You can choose how engaged you wish to be in university life here, and it's a great way of making new friends. Again, for all that I've spoken about the opportunities available at Kingston, one thing that I should also stress is it's a fun place to study, and it's a fun place to live and work. And generally speaking, our students are often a very happy bunch, and it's a good place to make friends. So with all this combined, generally we would work quite hard to reach your full potential. And we have an outstanding track record of achievement with regards to our students. Here's just a small sample of the companies that Kingston graduates have gone on to work for. Now, I think that is not a bad bunch of companies to work for at all. So, in conclusion, when you choose to study at Kingston, we like to think that you choose a university that is dedicated to unlocking your potential and ensuring that you receive an education that works for you in basically a changing world and a changing jobs market. Thanks again for listening today, and I hope that you found that engaging. If you'd like to keep in touch with us, then please feel free to scan any of the QR codes that are showing on your screen to keep in touch with us via social media. And thank you very, very much. I will now be sticking around to answer any questions that you may have about studying at Kingston University. I can't promise that I'll know absolutely everything. My specialty is in international promotion and development, but again, I will do exactly what I can. If there's anything that I cannot answer today, feel free to get in touch with us at international@kingston.ac.uk. Or alternatively, you can search through our website, which is www.kingston.ac.uk. I'll now put us back to the the previous slides if you want to get in touch with us this way via social media. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Thomas. It was a really fantastic presentation. We have many questions, so I will start by reading you a few of them.
Wonderful.
Okay, so the first one is, please tell us if there is any undergraduate scholarships for Turkish students, like a special for Turkish students.
We don't have scholarships specifically for Turkish students. We do actually have a small section on our website specifically for Turkey and the sort of the requirements that we have there, and it does have a small funding section. In terms of fees and funding, the main one that we have is our international scholarship. Across the different faculties, there are different ones. These are mostly at postgraduate level, though we do have some at undergraduate level. Alternatively, if you go to Kingston University's website under our fees and funding section, we also have external links to other organizations that provide bursaries and scholarships that you can also search. And again, so we're happy to sort of direct you. If there's not a scholarship that we specifically provide, we can direct you in the direction of any funding that you may be able to get. Again, if you're happy to email us at international@kingston.ac.uk, our international team is very good at sort of directing potential students to places where they can fund their studies.
Great. Another question is about scholarships, but this time it's is there any special scholarship for international students because of pandemic? And are you more flexible for GPA and language conditions for international students also because of pandemic?
Let's see. Well, with regards to language, yes, we are being a lot more flexible now. Previously, it was primarily through IELTS first, and we had a few other secondary. We had some other language tests that we did accept. Now, moving forward, we are accepting Duolingo. We are accepting an awful lot more tests that are online based, because I understand a lot of the language centers are now closed. So yes, in terms of language, we are being a lot more flexible. It is a lot easier to sort of prove your English efficiency and ability now if you want to study with us, especially during the current coronavirus situation. With regards to fees and sort of scholarships or any sort of reduction of fees that we're planning because of coronavirus, we haven't planned anything currently. There is currently no decision to change the way we offer our fee, or sorry, the way we charge our fees, or the amount of fees that we that we charge. However, again, the situation is changing quite rapidly. The plan is to have an update sent out to all applicants in June now, and following on from that, if these updates will be placed on Kingston University's website. If you want to search there, we have the COVID updates that we have are on the front page, so they're not hard to find, and that is kingston.ac.uk. I hope that answers the question.
That's a great answer. Okay, so there is another question. What level are you in Times/Guardian UK ranking in general and economic subjects?
For economic subjects, I'm not entirely sure if it's specifically by subject. I can say that we have done very well in the Guardian League tables. The exact number escapes me, but I can quickly check. But I will say that we do very well in the Guardian League tables. Again, we also had a very large jump in recent years in terms of our quality. Again, what the areas that the Guardian would sort of value as as the characteristics of a good, strong university, Kingston University tends to thrive in. So again, that would be diversity of student populations, good support, and so generally speaking, yeah, we do quite well on that. I will just get the most recent tables up for you. And we are currently one of the top 50 universities in the UK on the Guardian League tables. We recently climbed 10 places, so we're currently at 48th.
That's good. That's great, actually. Okay, there is another question.
Yes.
Is it possible to transfer to Kingston University from a Turkish university in our third year?
In your third year, so this would be to study basically, if a student wants to transfer. Sorry, short answer, yes. Generally speaking, this will depend on a lot of things. It would depend on. The university would need to assess the student, and they would need to make sure that the student has what we would call prior learning. So again, if a student can show that if they wanted to, for example, go from the third year of to take a random one, say civil engineering. If a third year student in Turkey wanted to transfer to the third year of a civil engineering course at Kingston University, we would have to assess them to see what they have learned and what they haven't learned, and whether or not the learning that they have achieved in their current course is what we would expect from a third level student here at Kingston. If they have that, then generally speaking, there isn't usually an issue. Again, they would need to go through the same application process that a regular student would. So again, this would be things like applying through the university website and things like that. But again, yes, it absolutely can be done. This varies from course to course, and again, they would need to speak to the admissions team. But yes, it is very, very possible. If we are emailed, if you email the international team, then we will put that through to the admissions team. Depending on, we have different admissions teams for different courses. But yes, again, if they don't have enough learning to maybe get into the third year of our course, maybe they would go into the second year, for example, or something like that. But again, it is absolutely possible to do, yes.
Okay, that's good too. Are you planning to open university's campus to international students? Probably this is about COVID-19.
Yes, no, that's very, very fair. Short answer, yes, we are. The plan is that we will be opening the university as normal, as standard maybe not as normal, but the plan is to open the university in September. Again, the situation may change and evolve. Currently, we are still under a state of lockdown in the UK, and a lot of universities are deciding what to do with regards to their September intakes. The plan for Kingston so far is that we will be opening to students in September. If there is a change to that, everyone who has applied to us will be contacted via email. And if there's a change to that and you're not an applicant, then it will be on our website, which again is kingston.ac.uk. I would recommend going there. But no, the plan is to be open for students. Again, there are certain developments with regards to quarantines and the like. These are all developing situations. The hope is that we will have an update now in June. We're coming into June now, so this is the month now where we are hoping to update our students and to update anyone who is applying to us to make sure that before they apply, or before they leave Turkey or any other country to come with us, they know what they're doing, they know how they'll be learning, whether they'll be doing social distancing. The plan is that students will know exactly what's happening, hopefully come in June now. That is the plan anyway.
That's great too. So one more question. Is it possible to start online and then continue on campus for master's program? Which is, I guess, related to the same question previously.
Right. Currently, the university is not actively planning on online teaching. We do have some online courses, but they are would be considered sort of separate. And again, they're sometimes quite specific, because these are our e-learning courses. So again, we have long distance learning courses. They are in areas such as automotive engineering and the like. Again, we have some in things like creative writing. But in terms of splitting our courses between online and face-to-face, that may be an element of it. But again, so far, we're not entirely sure as an institution what we'll be doing. If there is a combination of online teaching and face-to-face learning, as it stands, students would probably still be expected to come to the UK. But again, I want to emphasize here, nothing is set in stone just yet. We don't have a solid, a plan is being devised, but nothing has been announced yet. The plan is that in June, we will have a solid plan that we can sort of put forward. And again, how teaching will be happening, there could be a combination of online and face-to-face teaching, but if that happens, we will be, any face-to-face teaching that happens will be observing all recommended government guidelines. So over here, and quite like possibly in Turkey as well, we practice what is called social distancing. So in other words, you don't get within about 2 meters of a person. Again, that's what we've been practicing over here. That may still happen. Again, it's the situation is developing, so we'll see what happens moving forward.
Perfect. Another question, can we get a work permit after the master's program?
Yes, right. The UK government quite recently announced that they would be changing the Tier 4 visa scheme so that students could work in the UK for up to 2 years after graduating, and longer if they get sponsorship from their employer. So this has not been brought into effect yet, but there's no reason why it won't come into effect. Essentially, if a student applies to study in the UK, and they from say Turkey, and they wish to work in the UK for up to 2 years after that, then then as it stands, they are fully entitled to do so. And again, if they wish to work in the UK for longer after this, then they will be permitted to do so if they can get a sponsorship from their employer. Again, many of the industries that Kingston works with, such as our engineering courses and the like, we end up working with an awful lot of employers that are quite high up and quite prestigious, and a lot of them do offer sponsorships. This again varies from company to company. Not everyone is able to get to offer sponsorship letters, but again, that will be something to talk more with immigration than with the university itself. But to answer the question, yes, you are permitted to work on a Tier 4 student visa after graduation for 2 years.
All right. And do you offer certificate programs, and do you offer online programs? Other questions.
We have some, as previously mentioned, we do have e-learning programs, but again, they are limited. Kingston School of Art runs a creative writing MA and MFA course as a distance learning option, which again, these would be good for people who are juggling maybe full-time jobs or family responsibilities. And there are a few others, I believe. But again, this would be sort of, we would consider it flexible study. But we don't offer a huge range of online courses. But you can, if you go to kingston.ac.uk and search for online learning, then we have a comprehensive list there. And so the other was certificate degrees. So again, I suppose these would be certificates of higher learning. Generally speaking, certificate courses are done usually with students who would get a certain amount of credits in their course. So normally speaking, if a student does a 3-year course and maybe doesn't finish the entire year out and get a full bachelor's degree, and maybe just finishes the 2 years of study, then usually with the marks they get, they would be entitled to a I think it's if they finish 1 year study, it would be a certificate, and 2 years, I believe, it would be a diploma, or maybe the other way around. But we do award certificates, but again, these are usually done for students who would maybe not complete a full 3 years of study with us, or 4 years if they're doing a placement year. So that's how we would normally do our certificate courses, if that's what they were referring to.
Okay, so I have conditional offer from your university clinical psychology program. I applied for scholarships. When university will make their decision?
Wonderful. Well, firstly, congratulations to whoever you are on getting an offer from Kingston University. If you're able to come, then that'll be absolutely wonderful, and I think you've made a wonderful decision. In terms of the scholarships, we are hoping to get, like I said, the deadline now is the 31st, and we are planning by mid-July. So over the next maybe 6 weeks, we will make decisions on all of the scholarships, and so we should be able to have a decision by then. So roughly, so mid-July, I would say.
Great. Well, that's the end of our questions and our time as well. So anything else that you want to add?
Thank you all very much for listening to me. Sorry I couldn't have a webcam today. I am happy to enter in a few, I'll put a few links in, should I put a few links in the chat or something like that with regards to scholarships and sort of fees and funding or and courses available? Or so should I put in a few? I have links here that I can place. Should I place these in the chat or?
Can, that would be great. So I'll stop your screen share now.
Certainly. Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Again, I truly believe in Kingston University. I think it's a wonderful place to study. And I hope you found this to be a good talk. All the very best of luck. I appreciate that the last couple of months have probably been a bit stressful on everyone, regardless of whether you're planning on studying at university or not. And thank you very much for hearing me out.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Take care. I'll see you hopefully in Istanbul very soon.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.